Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Nate Need.
Hey everyone, this is Nate with another edition of the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about pricing and why cheap SEO services are a perfect example of you get what you pay for. When it comes to SEO, if you want Fiverr pricing, expect Fiverr results. That's our internal motto, and we live and stand by it. There are so many different ways and methods to build links, and I go by the 90-10 rule. 90% of the links that are built by less expensive outfits out there are going to be pure garbage, and you're going to have, the cream floats to the top. So you get what you pay for as it relates to SEO, and particularly as it relates to link building. There is no way to truly automate a process and scale a process without having to pay a little bit more for quality. And when it comes to quality, that means you're creating content that is geared toward humans and not toward manipulating search algorithms. Now, it does help to boost your rank and to give you the rank boost that you desire, but that comes at a price. And usually when you're doing so, you are creating content that will actually potentially drive referral traffic because it's real. It's written for real people by real people, and it's placed on websites that actually get legitimate traffic, not just article directories and sites that are repurposed with high ranking, high page rank, high domain authority to get those really just for no other purpose than to pass the link equity or the link juice. And so there are a number of egregious examples of where we've seen link building gone wrong, and the most egregious are those that are building links at a massive scale in a super short period of time using 2004 tactics of exact match anchor text to every Peter Paul and Mary page on your site. The best way to build links, which is necessary for today's search engines, is high quality, audience centric external posts. You need to consider the time and effort needed to develop the content necessary to write these posts. So when someone's writing a high quality post that's going to get a backlink, then that just takes a human being who is well versed in English, knows how to talk about a particular subject. If you have a real estate blog or a e-commerce website, you're going to want to have somebody who understands and knows how to provide content for those sites. So and when it comes to cheap SEO services, we always tell folks, look, you can try them out, but if it doesn't work, we're always here for you. Not that we would consider ourselves expensive, but we consider ourselves reasonable for the value that you would pay for what is there. Reasons that you may want to avoid cheaper or less expensive SEO services. Typically, if the budget is not substantial enough, the SEO that you're working with is more likely to cut corners, and they're not going to be able to pay for the most critical part of your offsite SEO, which is the link building. And they may not have the appropriate team and back-end support to be able to do it at a scale that would make sense, either whether you're running a startup or an enterprise company. You need to have that back-end support to be able to provide content that's both relevant, quality, and at a size and scale that's helpful to actually get your website moving in the right direction. Typically, the cheaper you go, the newer the company might be, and in those cases, they again do not have the back-end support that would be there to help you. And so it's usually going to be someone that's kind of muddling their way through and learning how to do it, rather than someone who's been doing it for quite a long time. And the biggest issue that comes up with less expensive SEO services is that the reputation of your company will be at risk, and the website that you have spent potentially a lot of money building will be at risk if it's not executed on properly. So if you're building terrible links that are spammy, that would come back to and can come back to hurt you more than help you in the long run. And you can waste a lot of time. And when time is money, you don't want to be wasting a lot of time and going down a path, spending money on things that will not have the impact that you want over the long haul. But the big question is how do you perform effective SEO and link building on a site that is either new or especially under a budget that might be extremely limited? And I think it's important to understand that, especially when it comes to limited budgets, if you're a startup or a brand new website, the good news is that you don't want to be pushing hard on a really strong budget necessarily right out of the gate. It might take you a few months to ramp up to get links to your website that are high authority before, or you might want to wait a few months before doing so, because doing so is not a natural way to approach SEO from a startup perspective. So budgets that are, say, just a few $100s a month, that's workable as long as your site is new and you're targeting maybe even local niches. That can be extremely helpful. So we hope you enjoyed this podcast, this episode. Join us again next time, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.